Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again. And this is such a wonderful, beautiful day. I'm so glad that you've taken a moment just to share with me. You know I love you, and I know you love me too. And the signs that I love you is because of the message that I got for you. You know, ladies and gentlemen, this is, as I spoke to you last night about the debate between the Democratic candidates for president of the United States, it's really amazing because they're concerned about you, the people. They're trying to address the issues that are so important to each and every last one of us. At least I'm sure that is the thought of all of them, except Donald Trump. He's only concerned about a certain group of people. And we know where that's going, nowhere. But the question is, without Donald Trump and others, where are we going? And that's the challenge. You know, ladies and gentlemen, I tried to insert some guidance and some counsel into the events of the day because I'm an elder. An elder meaning that I've lived a long time. I've gone through most of the stuff that you are going through today. You younger people, it's nothing new. We've gone through it over and over and over again. And when you see yourselves jumping up and arguing about this and arguing about that, the only thing that bothers me is that though I've gone through it, we, the people, should have made it better back in those days so you would not have to endure those things today. However, you do. But I just want you to know that here we are. We got to deal with truth. I talk to you about God because I see God as being the answer in my ideal. I don't know about yours, but in mine, God is the answer. What do I mean? You remember how black people used to be treated in this country and people want to try to fix it and make things better? And though they came up with affirmative action didn't make things right. It said that blacks had been messed over a little bit. They missed out on something, so we're going to give them a piece of the pie. And that piece of the pie that they cut out to give blacks, it left a hole that was filled by white people. So white people got a chance to feel discrimination. And it was a result of affirmative action. So affirmative action to them ended up being reverse discrimination. It was wrong for blacks when they had to go through it, and it wasn't made right by sending white folks through it as well. Same thing happened in South Africa. Apartheid. We got to get rid of that stuff. Come up with affirmative action. Move the whole group of black people out of shantytown, and what was replaced? White people in shantytown. That didn't make things better. That made things worse. That opened a door for a person in America like Donald Trump to come in and address those concerns of the white people who were victims of affirmative action. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have to be careful about what our solutions are. As I think about the debate, I saw all of those, well, it wasn't but 7 last night, but 7 of them represented different communities, different constituencies. And as they argued up there on that stage last night, they represented the argument within the community, within the society, that same argument. Everybody wanted the same things. But how to do it? That's what the argument was about. That's the argument in the community. Everybody wants the same thing. And when they'll settle for any of those particular approaches, you're going to end up with the same outcome that we've always come up with. It's not going to work but for those like Donald Trump, his particular group. And the rest of you guys are going to have to go through the same things. And this is why I say if you're serious about the business, try God, the only answer. Now, I've done the best that I can. I've given you the information. I've shared you with the information. I've stood up for the information and the righteousness of the information. I've been to jail. I've been to prison. I've committed crimes against the state just to try to get your attention, and I still fail. And sometimes I've even thought about making the government just kill me to prove a point. But I ask myself, what about the guy who sits in the middle of the street, pours gas all over himself and burns himself up trying to get attention? Nobody cares. He's just a dead man. And so, ladies and gentlemen, it wouldn't make any sense for any of us to try to commit suicide for another. It's not going to do any good. So what I have done, I have done. I have no apology for it. I have no regrets. And so I just say to each of us, I just say it. We got to stand up for ourselves. Now, me, I'll always be willing to help, but I can't force you. So I'm going to stop fussing. I'm ready. When you get ready, if I'm still alive, I'll be ready, and I'll be there with you. But in the meantime, my friends, it's just something that we're going to have to go through. I say to those different groups that's being represented by those candidates, which of you would want to be continuously living without food, clothing, shelter? I don't think a single one of you would. or education if you need it to make you better at whatever you want to do. I don't believe any of you would want to be in that position. Or health care if you needed it. I think every last one of you would want that. And to assure that these things would always be available to you, that if you had the opportunity to exercise those gifts that's so special in you, to apply it to the process of creating those goods and services that I'm talking about here, and it would give you your greatest joy. To me, in my idea, that would be the solution. The stuff that I see on TV, these programs that set up this particular system, to me, in my idea, is a big joke. But it's your joke, and I can't make you laugh if you don't want to laugh. And God has said, you have the fruit of your seed, reaping what you sow. That's God's way of teaching you. So in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, my greatest thrill of thought outside of us receiving heaven on earth is for me to be entertaining. So I'll just entertain to see if I can get some joy back in my life. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so very much for giving me this your time. Goodbye.